Hello, and welcome to Intro to Factorio. Now, this game is pure, absolute evil. This isn't really a splash screen, it's a menu. This game is still in very much alpha, and I have sunk so much time into this game already, and I didn't record it because I was just sort of like, I want to explore and see what's going on, and I know as much fun as it is to post videos of that kind of thing, I do like to prefer to be a little informative, and I like to know what's going on, and I'll still be trying out new things. There's so many. This is very iterative play, so basically every time you play it, something will be different. You'll be different in how you think about things or how you put things together. The scenery will be different in such a way that you'll have new things to adapt to and play styles to kind of do, and there's tons of stuff you can do to just totally mess with this game. Now in this particular video, we are going to play through the tutorial, and we are just going to go ahead and jump right in here, and I'll start explaining. So we'll go ahead and do level 1. So here we go. Scenes open. What's up? Come on. It's going to do this. The escape module saved my life. I'm afraid the others were not so lucky. So that was a tiny ship with a few more people. This window will now and then pause the game and give you hints. You can continue the game by pressing tab, which I just did. And you can always find current objective in this window. And objective, this window will show you the current objective or task. Alright, that's wonderfully recursive there. I wonder if I could use something from the wreck. So we'll click here. And as you can see, we have an inventory. So if this is kind of feeling a little Minecrafty, you're not wrong. You do a lot of digging. You do a lot of tree punching right there. Let's see. So we can open the character GUI by pressing E. And on the right-hand side are your recipes. Left-clicking on the recipe will craft a depictive item. So the number of recipe means how many you can do. You see what ingredients are needed. So if we want to do iron plate, we can use ore, but that requires a furnace, as you can see, made in. Same thing for copper plate here, but we can make iron sticks and iron axe. So it doesn't really look like an axe, does it? Hey, whatever. So this is a crafting queue. Down here, we can see everything getting made. There it is. And everything does take time. And now we have an iron axe, which means you saw me chip away at that tree. The tree is now done. It takes a fraction of the time. And not too bad. So let's see. Now we can dig at some ore. I promise. Don't let this mislead you. It is a lot more. I mean, I played Minecraft for a while. I put a lot of time in that game. But it's a very creative game, whereas this is a very logical game. And if only I could smelt that iron somehow. So we're going to go ahead and build a furnace once we harvest some stone. We need 5 stone for that. And we'll take a second. So, yeah, that's 5. Cool. Furnace built. And there we go. We can now place that right. We're going to place it right here. Make things simple. Open the furnace GUI. And we're going to throw in some iron and some wood. So, there we go. Once again, very Minecrafty if you're familiar with Minecraft. But, there we go. And then we can pick up the iron plates. Everything's good. Now we are about to get to... Yeah, alright. There, I did it. Fine. I wonder if this could be automated. That's the death word there. Craft the burner mining drill. We need another stone furnace and some iron gear wheels. So while we are... Well, that's coal. What am I doing? We need 5 stone. This may take a little bit. There's a little bit of tedium involved in this game, especially right at the beginning, whenever you're just getting everything going. So I apologize if that's the kind of thing that kind of bugs you, but we'll be getting to the good stuff soon enough, and the good stuff will go on for quite a while. This is, once again, just explaining sort of the premise behind everything. What do I need? I need 9? Oh my god. Okay. So, how was your day? I've been pretty good. This video might go on for a little bit, so it's... maybe not as extravagant as my Transistor finale was, but it'll hopefully serve to be fairly entertaining. Oh, wait, no, I totally screwed that up because I need iron plates. Okay, fine. Well, while it's doing that, we'll chop down some wood to make sure it keeps going. So let's just do that. No big deal. We'll play through the first 2 missions. The third one will just start getting redundant because everything that happens in that will be basically our first goal in whenever I start doing the large map. Alright, there we go. That should be enough. Burner mining drill. So, burner because it uses fuel, not unlike that. And we will go ahead and... Oh, wait, no, it's down here. And so that little yellow arrow is where it's going to output. So it will drill the iron and output, and you can have it automatically output to the furnace, which is a little handy, to say the least. So let's go ahead and harvest some more wood to throw in our drill there. And I think that might actually end this mission. So there we go. Collect at least 5 resource items. At least 5 in the stone furnace. Okay, so there we go. That's 3. And is this counting? I don't know if it's counting. Alright. And that's 4. There we go. All done. No big deal. Great, I learned something today. Oh man, you have no idea. I should get around and inspect the strange place a bit. So this, I believe this pretty much triggers the end. So let's go ahead and go to next level. 420, what's up? Blaze it. And let's see. Looks like an abandoned mining site. So we can zoom out quite a bit and see that there is a lot of area here to explore. Wonder what the robotic arm is for. Oh, here we go. So we need more fuel here. And there we go. Insert fuel inside. We'll do that. Burner inserter picks up items, and there we go. Unload stuff to and from machines. It begins. This is how it starts. We'll go ahead and just do this. Alright. Oh, hey, we got all kinds of goodies in there. So we did get a gun, and we have a tool, and now we have some track and an inserter. What was that? It sounded like footsteps. When enemies are close by, you can fire at them by holding space. And the one closest to the cursor will be shot. So here comes some biters. Oh no! That's literally all they do is bite you a lot. So they may be dead, but more may be coming. Better get the production here working and prepare myself. So let's see. The second inverter is reversed. So we turn that around. You can kind of see how it's got that flat end. That's the receiving end, and the arrow is where it's putting it. So, and it is only linear. You can't do 90-degree angles. However, there are mods that have amended that. So let's see. I should create some basic resource flow before I go for electric power. Now, I can't remember if I actually built electric power here. But let's see. We need 6 more burner mining drills and 5 more furnaces. So we can do all of that. That is not going to be the hard part here. Where do I want to put it? Here in this most glorious of starting locations. Let's go ahead and we need stone. So we're going to build another drill for some stone. And what do we need? We need 9 iron plates. Is that enough? That's not enough? Okay, now we just... Oh, yeah, it is. But we just need stone. Okay, here we go. So we'll just wait for this to harvest up. Oh, we got another guy. Yeah, he's dead now. That's correct. Okay. Spent a lot of time mining the stone. And, yeah. So it let me know that I have enough resources, basically, for another drill. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to go chop down some trees so we can make a box to just throw this in. Because this doesn't... The stone doesn't need to bake for anything that we're making currently. It will in the future be necessary to throw it in a furnace to make bricks, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. We'll just let that guy go. And then, yes, harvest coal, harvest more iron plates, and soon enough harvest enough stone to make more burner mining drills and stone furnaces. So we are almost there. How many stone? I have 3. I just need 2. Okay, so that's that. We are going to add to our little collection of coal collectors here. Coal miners, I suppose. Collector would be the guy at the end. Collector was my father. Yeah, something like that. And let's go ahead and pick this up. And that should be enough for another one. We're going to need some copper. So we'll start in on copper production, harvesting, whatever you want to call it. Like so. And we're going to do basically the same setup with the iron down there. And that is throw it directly into a furnace. But we're going to wait until we have our infrastructure set up to actually process this before we do that. So there we go. That is a furnace for you. And we will need fuel. And you can split stacks, which I will demonstrate shortly by, what is it, shift left clicking? No, shift right clicking. I always forget. That's just me. I'm silly, apparently. Okay, so there we go. Now we'll start getting copper processed, and that's going to make future tasks down the road a little bit easier, for sure. Okay, so what do we need? We still need 3 more burner mining drills. So that's 1, 2, and we'll do 1 more coal. That sounds about right. And then we'll need 3 more furnaces, which we'll just sort of build over in the periphery because actually using them right now is not the highest of priorities. So there's that. And then, actually, is that going to count if I pull them back up? No, it's not going to let me do that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just save these for the drills as we build those. So there we go. We got more iron plates. We need 1 more drill in order... Oh no, we need 3 more drills. So we'll build you right here because we have an incredible amount of fuel that we need. You know what? I might go ahead and just man up and build a line for smelting here. So that probably will be the best idea. We're going to need to extend this track a little bit. So this will come around over here. This is actually not the most ideal situation to be doing this in, but we'll make do. There we go. Got track. It'll automatically bend like that as we place it. And then we'll set things up kind of like this here. And we will control right click there. Control left click there. And let's... Oh, I only took half of it, didn't I? There's still quite a bit yet. Yeah, that's... You can control click the boxes and it'll empty everything in them. Or you can control right click like I did and only take half of everything. Now, let's see. Let's get more iron. We're going to need that. Alright, that's iron plate 7. That's going to be enough for an arm. You're going to notice me doing this, and there's a reason for that. You place the drills, you see where the intake is on that empty square, and there's a good reason for that, because if you don't do that, what ends up happening is you can get stuff stuck at the end of the belt that it won't accept. And it's a little bit annoying. It hurts your efficiency a little bit, and this is the kind of thinking that you get used to once you start playing this game, because my god, will it consume your soul for the rest of eternity. And, yeah, take what you will from that statement, because it's about as accurate as it comes. And let's see... Especially if you have any tendency whatsoever for logic puzzles, logistics, if you like figuring out things like maximizing efficiency in a system or, you know, that kind of stuff. It's so good. It's so good. But man, it'll just eat up your attention. Let's see. I know there's another caster out there by the name of Aruba who I suggest you check out, and he has played a lot of these videos, and yeah, the game has him bad. It's got him real bad. And once again, not necessarily a bad thing. If you're into this kind of stuff, you're going to love it. You're going to absolutely just love the crap out of this game, and it's wonderful. But yeah, just be prepared. It will get you. It will get you good. It's one of the best games of this kind I've ever seen. It's like I mentioned... Minecraft a couple times. It's got very similar sandboxy elements to it where, you know, the largest part of the game is the resource gathering and manipulation and sort of the creative aspect, and this has a lot less creative aspect to it. Although, I mean, there's plenty of interesting things you can do with the belts here that you could probably make into some really trippy art, which would be kind of cool. But by that same token, I mean, it's not like you're not getting lapis lazuli and placing that in different places or anything like that. It's pretty much all mechanical kind of deals, and you know that's kind of a gripe of mine. Again, it's in a very early alpha sort of state. Actually, I don't know if it's actually fair to call it early alpha, but it's definitely in an alpha state where there's a lot planned and not a lot implemented. And so, but the amount that is implemented is immense. Like your average play time for a single factory is going to number in the tens of hours. Like you can get a good 40 to 60 hours out of this game easy and not even know it. Like, not since The Sims have I gotten a game where I looked up and realized, oh my god, the sun is coming up. I have to go to work in 30 minutes. Maybe not that extreme, but definitely one of those, like, there's been times where I'm like, if I don't stop playing now, days will pass. Like, my whole weekend will be gone. All of the stuff that I was supposed to be doing, not gonna get done. That's that's the kind of game it is. I mean, that's really all there is to it. And whether you consider that a positive or negative is going to very much so determine how you feel, or whether or not you should play this game, really. If you are the addictive personality type whenever it comes to video games, then maybe you should be a little careful. Definitely sit down and, set a goal for yourself and keep to it. Because this is a very impulsive... Once you start solving the problems and going, okay, well, if I do this, I'll be able to maximize the efficiency in this area, and then I'll be able to do this, and it'll optimize my performance in this area of my factory, and then it'll just chain together until you have completely rebuilt everything, and all of a sudden, days have passed, like I said. So that's maybe a word of caution, maybe a little too cautionary, but it's not untrue. If once you start playing, you will see it is fun. It is fun in just, I don't know, it's absolutely magnificent. It's a brilliant little game based around a very simple principle, and it's got, you kind of, okay, so if you're into programming or coding at all, then you're familiar with kind of object-oriented programming, and it's like, this is pretty much it. You've got producing type structures, you've got storage, you've got movers, and you've got like modifiers. Like you insert ingredients into things, that becomes new things that you can collect, or I could set up an arm here and that'll put it on another belt and take it to a storage or the next level up. So I make all these iron plates, and I can make a factory that makes iron gear wheels. And then you can take these iron plates that are coming out and combine it with these iron gear wheels in another factory and make transport belts automatically. Everything can be automated. Let me repeat, everything can be automated in production. So everything that you see here, everything that I've been crafting in my little pocket down there, can just automatically be done with enough time and problem solving. So, that was some hard work, but I think we have everything I need now. It's time to move on. So, yeah, that's, we're going to go ahead and exit this for now, but you get kind of the idea. The next mission was just basically further elaboration on the different elements of the game, and if you stay here and watch the videos, you will get to see all of that. So, let's go ahead and hit play, give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. So, we can do terrain segmentation. I'm not entirely sure what that actually does, but we got frequency, size, richness. We got water. Water can be kind of an obstruction, which is both a good and bad thing whenever you're thinking defensively. And iron ore, copper ore, stone, coal, crude oil, which becomes a very important resource in the mid-game. Enemy bases. You haven't seen any of those yet, but the enemies do have bases that they spawn from. And the starting area, which is basically the zone in which you are surrounded by no enemies and usually at least one of each resource, where it's I don't know if I can actually say it's guaranteed, but the prevalence is going to be very likely. So, and we can do peaceful mode where enemies never attack first. That's really boring. Map width and map height. We're going to do infinite, just because. And yeah, we'll go ahead and generate, and I can give you an idea of what to expect on this kind of deal. So our whole premise here is that we have landed on an alien planet, and it's our job to terraform for a new colony to come out. So let's look at our map. That's all we have for copper there. We have iron there and some coal deposits. Not the worst starting area, but I'm probably going to reload just for... I don't want to sit around and run around. Having to run back and forth in between resources at the start of the game is not that fun to watch. If it comes down to it, what I'll end up doing is kind of messing with the format a little bit, and by that I mean doing a lot of fast forward cuts. So basically I'll just run back and forth and do everything, and you'll see it in fast forward, and I've kind of got it in mind that I'm going to do dramatic readings from a random book on my shelf, which is a lot of Dune books, so be prepared for a refresher course in the Dune mythos as I play through this game, because there's a few things that I will do here that'll just be really tedious, in which case I'll spare you, fast forward, and we will come back to like the actual meat of figuring things out and the process of, managing the logistics of an entire factory that's meant to basically supply you with a very small number of attack items so you can come kill these bases. So this is a biter spawner. They are ugly as sin, and they're kind of zergy. So these are biters, as we've seen before. They have 15 health, and this does 2 physical damage. So I have to hit these guys 8 times. I'm just going to pretty much suicide right here to show you how not entirely easy it is to take this out. And there we go. I am absolutely dead. So the big question at hand is whether or not I'm going to actually, you know, if I die, do I die permanently? Do I lose everything and start back over? Something tells me that would be really frustrating because it is possible to die very suddenly in this game to a few things. If you're not expecting it or not prepared for it, then you can absolutely... Let's see, does this regenerate a world? I'm kind of curious now. I haven't ever really... Aha! It does regenerate the world. So... It's not the same one I did before. So let's see. Now we have the exact opposite problem. We have tons of copper and no iron. So there's our giant copper patch. That would last hours. And, you know, I say hours like, shouldn't it last indefinitely? And resources, once you start getting really efficient at harvesting your resources, they do not last as long as you would think they would. We got little tiny stone patches. We've got decent oil to start with. Oil is different from the other ones because it's got that yield. If you look at the stats, it says yield 116%, and that will slowly decrease all the way down to 10, and that affects the rate at which you harvest it. It will never run out. You'll have an infinite amount. It'll just be much, much slower going as you go until it's just no longer feasible to stay in one spot and do that. We've got a bot. Oh, man, that is a really close base to the starting area. That's a little scary, and it's a 3 base, or it's a 3 spawner base, and that... Let me tell you, that kind of scares the bejesus out of me. So let me just spawn a couple more worlds here while I muse over how I'm going to perform these videos. But yeah, I'll try to keep the tedium to a minimum. The ultimate goal is to just sort of show you basically everything that can be done in this game and maybe infuriate you a little bit while I'm at it because I'm not doing things in quite the right way. And if you get mad watching a video of Factorio, because Lord knows I have been watching Aruba's videos once again, and there are some times where I'm just sort of like, no, move the thing over here. And you know what? That's the sign that you need to buy a game. If you get angry at somebody else playing a game, you need to buy it because clearly you have very strong feelings about it, and you know, that's I don't know. For me, it's my own vindication, right? Once I started getting mad at a game, I'm like, I could do this better. And then I play it and realize how absolutely wrong I am and how incredible it is that, you know, it's an individualized experience. Now, this is an incredible starting area. I don't know if this would necessarily make it easy. The major problems here, let's see. So this is about a map area. I don't know where the spawners are. There's a lot of forest to clear out, which is a good and bad thing, and there's a lot of water, and you need a lot of space. But it'll be a while before I actually get to trains, and that's kind of a good and bad thing. Gives me some time to sort of stabilize and figure some things out. And so we'll walk around here a little bit while I close up the video. So yeah, this is Factorio. It is made by... I forgot. It's a Factorio Industries. It's an alpha. You can go buy it. It's not on Steam yet. They're planning on doing that once they at least have a beta to try to get it on early access. But they recently had a huge boom in sales, and that's kind of caused them to change their timetables and expectations a little bit, which is good. So they pretty much overnight went from, you know, a handful of sales to somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2,500, 25,000, something like that. 25 mini zeros, good stuff. They're catching a lot of traction. So get behind this game, get on the ground floor here with the rest of us, and prepare to lose yourself in its most enticing embrace. So I definitely suggest this game. You should go check it out. It is good stuff. And yeah, I will see you on episode 1. Until then, have fun.